And so today actually marks the end of this 7-day period, which is the days, which is called the days of the Tashlumin, the days that we can make up the energy week per se of Shavuot. So it's an incredibly important and big day, very, very special, powerful day today. And it actually starts off with a new Parsha, which is Parshat Beha'alotkha et hanerot, that you should lift up the candles, that Aaron is commanded to light the candelabra, the menorah. And Rashi says that it should be in a way, ad sheteheh shalhevet Ola me'elea, until the fire, right, is able to be kindled on her own. So in other words, Aaron would hold his light to the wick until the wick itself catches on and is fully lit, right? And once it's fully lit, then that's called Beha'alotkha, in the raising up. And in a sense, this is what we're all doing right now. We were lit on Shavuot. We work towards that illumination, and all of us got this spiritual download. And whatever level of awareness we are on that, how much we got, how much we didn't, but one thing is for sure, that we did get a download, and it was extremely powerful, because it's a new Torah basically in the world. In other words, it's a new connection to God. It's a new connection to ourselves. It's a new level that we're really on right now, after Shavuot, post-Shavuot. And so today marks the end of the energy of Shavuot really reaching into our lives, coming into what Rashi says, that the wick should be illuminated. In other words, it's going all the way down to the wick. It's not like just, oh, you're lit and then it's going to go out. It's going to extinguish, right? We don't want that. It's not about that. It's about lighting it until it becomes lit on its own. It grows from within her own. That it becomes our own. That the Torah now becomes a new reality of our beings, that now we have truly evolved into something new, into a new dimension, because that's the truth of actually where we're at. And it's a matter of just really embracing it. So all these days are very auspicious days. And they're days that they're just filled with potential. They're filled with potential of like, listen, do you want to go back to the old, or do you want to embrace the new? And in our default, these 7 days, each one of the days, we're like, well, I'm used to doing things this way. But we've worked on changing. You've worked on becoming something new to get to this point. But now comes the litmus test. Are you going to go back? And then another day, you're going to go back. You're going to go back, right? Or are you going to go forward and illuminate and basically bring it all the way down to that choice that we have, which is within really the reaction and our stimulus, the stimulus itself, the stimulus and the reaction. Within the point of the stimulus and the reaction is the observation, where we can observe and see where we're coming from, and how to illuminate basically ourselves, bring more illumination even in the places that we sometimes choose, quote unquote, the default mode, but at least you observe the default mode. So that's good news, right? It's not like I'm going to walk out, I'm perfect, and now I'm transformed. I'm like always this is the work to constantly be illuminated in the lowly places that we are, to see that part of ourselves that's that wick that's not yet seeped with the oil and has the fire within it. It's just like very coarse and habituated and regulated by its own ego paradigms. And to observe that and to bring love, to bring light to that place, right? To really bring love even to that place. Yeah, because that's what that place really needs. It needs observation and it needs love. Doesn't need the judgmentalism of, you did it this way again, you're so bad, you're so horrible, you're evil, you're never going to change, you're going to never, like, whoa. That's not where growth happens. That's not where change happens. Happens by bringing that love, that illumination, because who lights the candelabra? Aaron the Cohen, Aaron the high priest, who's a Cohen. And that energy is the energy of loving kindness, of Chesed, of bringing light and bringing love to every part of myself. Because at the end of the day, that's what that part really wants. That's what it, so even the imperfect part, to love that, the one that's making mistakes, to love that. And I am like this. So this is a great technique I heard from a really special person, that anything that you are very, I don't know, embarrassed of, or you have issues, gripes with yourself with it, if you say that and you say also, and I love that, right? I always burn the omelets and I love that. What kind of energy does that bring? It's an energy of acceptance. I'm never able to get this right. And I love that. So now you're illuminating because you're observing and you're not judging, and you're bringing that place into the light. Because beforehand it was in the unconscious, right? Like Carl Jung says, that basically our life work is to bring, right, from the shadow, the unconscious into the conscious, right? And he basically says, if we don't do that, he says, this is the reason for all of the faults of humanity. It is this, staying in the unconscious and not bringing it into the conscious. Right? That's exile, Gullus mentality. Geulah mentality is bringing every aspect into the light. So as we're bringing in the Torah, not just on the spiritual level, but we're bringing it into the earth, heaven and earth coming together. That means that we're bringing in the Torah into our earth,